As if one night in Boston wasn't enough, then came two. Two nights in Boston. Two glorious nights in Boston when we made the Garden Eden. We made the Boston Garden Eden. The New York Knicks in 2025 made the Boston Garden Eden. I don't know what the name of that arena is. I honestly could care less what the name of that new Boston Garden place where they play basketball is called. What is it? The Cisco building? It's got no history. It's got no soul. All the history from Boston Celtic basketball is gone in the debris from the Boston Garden. I thought, okay, well, we came from 20 points down the other night. Let's just get back to New York and keep playing, keep fighting. And lo and behold, it happened again, Boston. It happened again, Boston. It happened again, Boston. When I repeat things in threes, does it remind you of Havlicek stole the ball, Havlicek stole the ball, Havlicek stole the ball? Does it remind you of that? When Johnny Most said Havlicek stole the ball over and over and over? Well, the new Havlicek stole the ball is Bridges stole the ball again. Bridges stole the ball again. Bridges stole the ball again. Now we think about going to the hardware store. Now we have to consider going to the hardware store to get out the brooms. Okay, now we're talking about brooms. And I suggest New York Knicks fans in New York, tri-state area, don't go to Target. Don't go to Home Depot. Don't go to Rite Aid, Dwayne Reed, or CVS when you go get your brooms. Go to your local old school hardware store where they got the old thick handle with the good wood. Get the good wood broom from your local hardware store. Now, I'm not saying we're going to sweep, but it's on the table. I ain't saying the Knicks are going to sweep the Celtics, but it's on the table. I know something about brooms. Oh, yeah. I brought a broom to the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors game 3. I'm saying different set of circumstances. They had Durant, Klay Thompson in his prime, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, last name rhymes with Flurry, and so forth and so on. But if you're really about that Knicks life, and I'm not saying I am, if you're really thinking about sweeping up, bring that broom to the Garden for game 3. If the Knicks beat the miserable Boston Celtics Saturday in game 3, Sunday morning, every single broom from every local hardware store in New York City should be sold out. You should not be able to have a broom. And like I said, get the thick wood, the heavy wood, not the plastic. Oh, it's light. Get the kind of wood, the broom handle, old school that you used to play stickball with the bristles that you could clean in the house, and you could also clean the street with. I woke up this morning. I'm not thinking so much about the Knicks Celtics history. Let's be honest. There isn't much to think about. Knicks Celtics, there is no rivalry. When the Knicks went up 2-0 in the second round of this series after coming back not once from 20 points down, twice, 2 fucking times, I start thinking about 1979, Madison Square Garden. I start thinking about the Boston Bruins in the world's most famous arena playing the Rangers. Third period. I'm not even a hockey fan. 9 years old, young Michael Rapaport, 9 years old, December 1979. It was like a violent act had taken place in New York City. Those goons, Terry O'Reilly and that other ape, Lalonde from the Boston Bruins, when they couldn't just leave well enough alone. They couldn't just leave the world's most famous arena. If somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody took a stick, who cares? The apes from the Boston Bruins, they went into the stands at Madison Square Garden and started beating up New Yorkers. Boston Bruins, Terry O'Reilly, and the rest of those goons went into the stands and started beating up New York Ranger fans. Terry O'Reilly, or one of those animals, started beating up a New York Ranger fan with his own shoe. When I think about the Knicks being up 2-0, 2-0 after being down 20 points, not once, twice, 2 times, I think about that. I think about Bucky Dent with that little dink on that glorious day in September or October. I think about that. I think about Bucky Dent with his beautiful hair. Bucky Dent was handsome. He looked like Scott Baio in his prime. Looked like Ralph Macchio in his prime. Eric Estrada in his prime. I think about that. It's not just about the Celtics and the Knicks. You've gotten the better of us year after. There's no comparison. We haven't won a championship since 1973, which I documented fabulously. Award-winning 30 for 30 when the Garden was Eden. And we made the Boston Garden Eden last night. Twice, 2 times, 2 nights in Boston. That sounds like a porno. That sounds like a porno film. That sounds like a no-no. 2 nights in Boston. I don't just think about Larry Joe Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, Jerry Seasting, the late, great Dennis Johnson, Bill Fitch, Casey Jones. I don't think about Red Auerbach, Bill Russell, so forth and so on, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. I start to think about some of the deeper pain. I start to think about Babe Ruth. Yeah. That's what I start to think about when the Knicks come down from 20 points. Not once, but 2 times. I think about the curse of the Bambino. I start to think about 2004. And Pedro Martinez, when he had assaulted Don Zimmer, the late, great Don Zimmer. You couldn't just let the old man go, could you, Pedro? You had to grab the old man by the back of his head and throw him down to the ground, Pedro Martinez. I think about Manny Ramirez and his Jerry curl, and Pedro Martinez and his Jerry curl. I think about Noma Garcia Parra. 2004, the pain, the hurt, it doesn't go away. The Knicks being up 2-0 in this series, it's beyond the Knicks and the Celtics. It's beyond the NBA. It's beyond basketball. This is deep-seated hate. Let's call it what it is. Celtics don't like us. We don't like the Celtics. Boston doesn't like New York. We don't like you either. Let's cut the shit and the pleasantries. New York sports fans disdain Boston sports fans. I don't care if we're talking about the Patriots. I don't care if we're talking about the Boston Bruins. I'm talking about the Boston Red Sox. I'm talking about the Yankees, the Mets, the Knicks, lacrosse, track and field. It doesn't matter. We don't like you. You don't like us. So when we're up 2-0, this is big fucking deal. And you got Jason Tatum with his beautiful curly hair doing his cha-cha-cha slide, and Jaylen Brown. I start to think about All of it. I start to think about New Edition. I start to think about the New Kids on the Block. I start to think about Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg, Dennis Leary, Bill Burr, Bill Simmons, and all of them. And I love New Edition. I love Donnie Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg. I love Ben Affleck. I love Matt Damon. But when it comes to this thing, this sports thing, nah. Let's cut the pleasantries. You don't like us. We don't like you. And you should start blaming Bill Belichick. He has tainted all Boston sports things. All things Boston sports have been tainted in real time. They're tainted right now. Instagram post after Instagram post, after weird interview from your guy, Bill Belichick, who is getting turned out in real time. Your guy, Bill Belichick, is getting turned out in real time by a 24-year-old chippy. It's all combined. It's all connected. The Knicks being up 2-0 after coming back down 20 points, not once, but twice. It's all tied together to Bill Belichick and what he's doing to the legacy, of Boston sports, of the New England Patriots, and Boston itself. We don't like you. You don't like us. Call a spade a spade. I think about Eli Manning. I can almost cry. I think about Eli. I think about Tom Brady. I think about Julian Edelman. I think about David Tyree. I think about the New York Giants taking you guys down, slaying the evil empire. I mean, evil. The New England Patriots and all their cheating and all the Bill Belichick's mumbling and Tom Brady's avocado ice cream skin and his John Travolta chin cleft mark and his gorgeous head of hair. I think of all of it. Because Eli Manning, you could say what you want to say about Eli Manning. The 2 biggest days of his life, he was the best looking guy on the field. He was the man. Oh yeah. It's not just about Patrick Ewing, Bernard King, Charles Oakley, Doc Rivers. It's not just about Glenn Gondrezick, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Dave DeBuscher, the late, great Dick Barnett, the Captain Willis Reed. It's not just about any of that. It's not just about Jeff Van Gundy. It's not just about Pat Riley. It's not just about Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine. It's beyond that. It's Boston, New York, Boston. You don't like us, we don't like you. Let's cut the shit. Cut the gentrified fake sports bullshit. You never liked us, you don't respect us, and we look down on you. This is New York. We're looking down. We're looking down on you, Boston. We're a better city. We got better style. You have an inferiority complex. Boston and Boston sports fans have an inferiority complex towards New York and New York sports fans. It's okay. You won a World Series or two. It's fine. You got banner after banner for the Bruins. You got banner after banner after banner for the Boston Celtics, but you'll never be New York. And that's a part of it. That is a beautiful part of it. So yes, it's only 2 games. It's only 2 nights in Boston. But what a glorious, gorgeous, iconic 2 nights in Boston. So fuck you, Johnny Damon. Fuck you, Roger Clemens. Fuck you, Bobby Orr. Fuck you, Terry O'Reilly. Larry Bird. Kevin McHale. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. And so forth, and so on, and so forth, and so on. The Knicks right now are up 2-0. 2 0. 2 nights in Boston. Oh, yeah. Go, New York, go, New York, go.